The Nuggets are going to take on the Memphis Grizzlies in their last home game of the regular season. TGIF. I am so happy this week is over.
I ditto that very hard. Joining us this morning to help us get ready for tip-off is D-Mac with Altitude Sports. What do you got there, D-Mac?
Look at this. This is a basketball honoring the Nuggets when they won a championship. Remember that happening?
Yes.
I remember those days.
Remember that happening?
Pretty clearly.
Good old days.
Wow. Well, D-Mac, talk about how things have been since Michael Malone and Calvin Booth were let go.
Well, dramatic. That's for sure, as nobody really saw it coming. Successful in terms of the one game that they've had against Sacramento, where they seem to bond together as a team, and hopeful that you can still get something, as Josh Kroenke said, squeeze some juice out of the rest of the season, and it'll be on full display in a really important game tonight.
D-Mac, I want to ask you a question that we've talked to you about before, but we have new information since then. Of course, there are reports now that Dan Hurley and Nate Oates are possible candidates for that head coaching job. Are you learning kind of if there's anybody that's getting more locked down for that position?
I wish I had more information for you there, Jordan. I mean, it's interesting because on the surface, especially Dan Hurley, seems a lot like Michael Malone in terms of temperament and style and that sort of thing. So I'll be fascinated as they go through this search, and I'm sure it'll be a very extensive search. I do believe they made this move with this season in mind, not a new candidate in mind. So I don't have any particular insight for you on that one, except for the fact it's going to be a heck of a journey during the offseason. But I'm going to think that David Adelman, who's the fill-in coach right now, the interim coach, has at least a shot.
Yeah, I agree. It seems like the team's pretty happy with him. And of course, he's already got one win under his belt there.
You start there, you go to tonight, and then you see what you got. But everything right now feels like bonus time for the Nuggets. We'll see. I expect a very enthusiastic crowd here. Again, this is a virtual playoff game. The Nuggets could still go as high as third place or be in seventh place in the play-in tournament. There's so much going on. It was helpful that Memphis did lose last night.
So you're saying there's a lot on the line here, D-Mac.
There's a lot on the line. Like, we love our Avalanche for sure, and I can't wait to see what they do. But they literally played a meaningless game last night. Meaningless. And all eyes are perhaps on Loveland, Colorado for a potential Gabe Landeskog return. You don't have those worries with the Nuggets if you're going to the game tonight. Tonight is gargantuan.
Right.
It is as close to a playoff game as you can get in the regular season.
All right, D-Mac, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Go Nuggets.
Yes,
Go Nuggets.
Holding on to those good old days, holding on to them tightly as we enter this new chapter. D-Mac, thank you, my friend.